Hey guys, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing a fun book video. As from the title, you can see that what I'm going to be doing today is books that TikTok made me read. Well, not really TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I'm not a fan of it, so I just don't get on TikTok, but I do use Instagram, and so a lot of TikToks are uploaded onto Instagram through Instagram Reels. So I am gonna go ahead and just call it TikTok, but it's really Instagram Reels. But I have 10 different books on here that I will be talking about today. Out of all of them, I think I have only not read one, and I am currently reading it. So I'm counting it as to books TikTok made me read because I have read it. So let's go ahead and get into this. Like I said, there are 10 different things, and there are a couple of things that I will be using as place fillers as far as books. So it'll be like the first book or second book in a series, and I don't have the first book right now because I either lent it out to somebody or it's in some other space. I just don't know where it is. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. So for number 10, it is going to be the Off-Campus series by Al Kennedy, the first book being The Deal. This is about Hannah and Garrett, and Hannah is a tutor to Garrett because Garrett needs to get his grades up or something. And the only way Hannah will help him is if like he helps her in like the dating department. So it's like really cute. I absolutely loved this book. I had originally listened to the audiobook of this, and I gave it, I think it was 4 stars, and then I reread it physically and it's still just as good. So I highly recommend this to anybody who is a fan of hockey or sports romances in general, because these books are just so well done that I think everybody should read them. So this is number 10 on the list. Alright, number 9 on the list, I've seen everywhere, and that is Promises and Pomegranates by Savard Miller. I read this and I gave it 3 stars. I'm not a fan. I wasn't really a fan of it, and I thought it was very obvious what was about to happen. It was very predictable, but a lot of people are telling me that the second book is a lot better, so I should give the second book a try. They're not the same characters, and so hopefully we'll see. They say book 2 and book 3 are a lot better. Book 4 does actually come out this month, I believe, so we'll see, or next month, July. I think it comes out in July. But this I was not a fan of. I tried, I really did, but it was not my favorite. And it was just okay. 3-star read for me. Alright, number 8 on my list, this is a filler book. The first book is It Happened One Summer, but I do have Hook, Line, and Sinker here. It Happened One Summer, I've seen it all over TikTok, all over Instagram, and people just are raving about this book, and I'm so excited because it just got picked up for a movie. So we'll be getting It Happened One Summer movie. This series is loosely based off of Schitt's Creek, the TV show. I have not personally seen that show, but I know a lot of people love it. I actually prefer the second book here, Hook, Line, and Sinker, to It Happened One Summer, but I did really like Brendan and Piper's story. It's just Hannah and Fox have a special place in my heart, and it was just beautifully written, and I wish there was more to their story. But I am really happy that the Bellinger sisters are getting movies, and that we'll be able to see their love stories on the big screen, and it'll be a fantastic time, and I can't wait. Number 7 on my list should have come as no surprise. That is Priest by Sierra Simone. This is very taboo. This is about a priest who falls in love with one of his constituents. It is about Tyler and Poppy, and Tyler has been a priest for the better half of a decade. After his sister committed suicide, he decided that he wanted to make the church a better place because she was abused by their pastor or their priest, so he wanted to make the clergy basically better, and so he went into priesthood, and obviously he didn't last in priesthood because he falls in love with Poppy, and then they get married and they have a cute little family and all this, but it is just so good. There's a lot of turmoil in this. It is not predictable, so even though I kind of gave a little bit of it away, this book was very unpredictable. I didn't know where it was going, and it was very good, and I am excited because I am going to Book Bonanza next month in at the Gaylord Texan in Grapevine, And I will be able to get Sierra Simone to sign some of my books, so I'm very excited for that, and I will get to meet her, and it'll be a fun and fantastic time. So overall, very great book, and I have finished the series. I read all 4, but this one was definitely my favorite out of them all. Alright, the next book on this list, number 6, is the Wicked Villain series, which starts off with Desperate Measures by Katie Robert. This is book 1. This is about Jasmine and Jafar, and it is kind of like Disney After Dark-esque, where the villain gets the girl. So like the first book is Jasmine and Jafar, the second one is Hades, Hercules, and Megara. The third book is Tinkerbell and Hook. Fourth book, Beast and Gaston and Belle. So it's like, it's Disney After Dark. It's very good. Out of all of them, the third book is my favorite. That is Hook and Tink. But I really did like this. The one thing that I don't know if I'm a fan of is the daddy baby girl thing. It's a little still weird for me to read that. I like the bratty submissive type thing, but I don't know about that daddy baby girl. It's still like up in the air with me. I'm not a big fan, but it was very well done in this way. And one thing I loved that Katie Robert did with this series is that she always got consent. Like, she established consent in the very beginning. So like Jasmine likes to get chased and then essentially like assaulted. That's what she likes to do, but she gives consent before anything happens. So that's what I love about Katie Robert, that she writes those into her stories, and it's not just something that is non-consensual. So this was very good, and I loved the series. I did only read the first 4. I wasn't a fan of book 5 or book 6. I didn't really care about the characters, and so I only read the first 4 books. But other than that, I really enjoyed the series, and I wish they had movies about them, but obviously because they're villains, they're not going to get anything, but it was very good nonetheless. So number 5 on my list, I've seen at least one of these characters on a bunch of Instagram reels for book boyfriends that we all love, and I didn't understand why until I started reading this, and then my best friend read it and she told me I needed to read it, and I am almost done with it. I have probably less than 100 pages left to read in this book. Yeah, not too many. It's probably, yeah, I'm on page 290. There's only 352 pages, so I have a little over 60 pages left to get to, and that is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This is really cute. I do know that this is kind of like a fan fiction of Kylo Ren and Rey from Star Wars because of Adam Driver. Like, I know it's kind of like a little fan fiction of them just as scientists, which is really cute, and it's not done in a way where I wouldn't understand what they're actually talking about. Obviously there are some words that I'm like, what? And then they kind of explain it. So I'm like, that's the one thing that Ellie Hazelwood does that is like really good, is that she'll say something very sciencey and then make it like layman's terms for the rest of us to understand. So it's very good. I am at that like very last like conflict is about to happen point in the book, so I'm very excited to finish this. This will probably be done today. It's right now sitting at a 4-star read, but it's still really good, and I actually really enjoyed this. And I do have Love on the Brain pre-ordered, which comes out in August, I believe, so we will definitely be reading that one when it comes out as well. So overall, The Love Hypothesis, super cute, and I will say that a lot of people say this is spicy. It's not really. There's like 1 or 2 scenes at the very end of the book that are spicy, but other than that, it's pretty tame. So if you're not a big fan of like explicit sex scenes, then this is probably going to be good for you, because there's only a couple of scenes that are like that. It's not like, and even then it's not super graphic and anything. So it's done very tastefully, and if you are a person that doesn't like to read a lot of explicit content, then this is probably the book for you. Right, number 4 on my list, again, another Katie Roberts book, and that is A Neon Gods. This is the Dark Olympus series. This is book 1. This is a Hades and Persephone retelling. I saw this all over Instagram, not even just like Instagram reels, but posts as well. A lot of people love this series. I personally loved Electric Idols the best. It was my favorite out of the series so far. However, I have not read Wicked Beauty yet. So this is essentially like a spin-off to it's set in a different world compared to the Villain series, like the Disney Villain series, but Hades in this book and Hades in book 2 of the Wicked Villain series, they're related, so they're father and son. So like that was a theory that a lot of people had. She did confirm that through Instagram and in social media. So like there is a reunion scene that is only on her Patreon, and I have not gotten to it or seen it yet, and I'm really wanting to read it, so we'll get to that eventually. But overall, this was super cute. I did like that Persephone had a very strong character development from the start of the book to the end of the book. And I loved that Hades gave her everything that she needed, and not in a like pretentious way. Like he didn't just throw things at her. Like he gave her what she needed, and she took what she needed, not what she wanted. So it was very tastefully done. I very much liked this, but like I said, I loved Electric Idols better. But I cannot wait to get to Wicked Beauty. That is going to be on next month's TBR, and I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun. Alrighty, number 3 on my list. If you've been living under a rock, you probably haven't heard of this, but if you are on social media at all, you will know that this book took over like Instagram, TikTok, everything, and that is Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. I had already started reading the Planet Barbarians series before it became really famous on TikTok, but I bought the special edition a couple of months ago, and I basically reread the book in this edition, and there are some extra scenes in this which you don't get in the Kindle version, which was really refreshing. But I actually enjoyed this. You know, it's basically Avatar fan fiction. If you've seen the movie Avatar, a lot of like the blue aliens and everything, that's basically what this is. I didn't hate it. I really didn't. I ended up giving I think I gave this one 3.5 stars. The second book was my favorite out of the main trilogy. And then every book after that, it just kind of like lessened and lessened. I wasn't really into it, but overall, super good. And I recommend it to people. Like, again, I will say that there is dubious consent in this. So if that's not something that you're interested in, then I wouldn't pick this up, but just keep in mind that they're aliens, so it's a little weird, and they do talk about some explicit things. So again, just please be aware of that. If you are not someone who likes to read sci-fi or anything involving different appendages, then you might not want to read that. It's a little bit graphic in some aspects. So there's that. Number 2, again, I have a filler book. It is for the first book in the series, and that is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. Now, I have read the first 2 in the series. I have not read the third one yet. I'm in the middle of it. Well, I can't even say that. I've read like I've read the prologue in the first chapter, so I'm not very far into it, probably about 15 pages, but out of the first 2, Hooked and Scarred, this book is actually my favorite. Hooked is basically a dark Peter Pan retelling, however, it does have like a different vibe, so like it's Hook and Wendy compared to like Peter and Wendy, but Peter is actually Wendy's dad, and so it's very convoluted, but overall, it's not a bad story. I really did like it, the first one, Hooked, but this one is The Lion King. I thought it was going to be more like Hamlet, but no, it is 100% The Lion King. So like the main characters in here are like their names are pretty much the same. So like the main male character, his name is Tristan, and then you've got Sarah B, and then you have Michael Fossa. So like you have like some things in there that are like, really? And then like the like bastard son, his name is Simon. So you have like a lot of like little things that are very similar to The Lion King, and it took me a little bit to get past that, but once you get past that, it's a very good book and I loved it. So there's that one. And then by far the number one on this list, the book that TikTok, Book Talk, whatever, Instagram, Bookstagram, the number one book that they made me read was the Zodiac Academy by Carolyn Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. This is book 7 right here in my hand here. However, because I hold this because I'm a Scorpio. I love this cover. I'm a Scorpio. I relate to the Scorpio. I have not read book 5, 6, or 7. I'm still finishing the series. I am currently on book 5. I have not started it yet. I'm supposed to be reading it for this month. However, we'll see if that happens or not. But this is a bully romance about 2 twins from Earth who find out that they are Fae royalty, and they end up going to this different realm called Solaria, and that is where they meet the celestial heirs and this school, and there's a lot of things that are happening. So it's basically like, it's a lot of people describe it as Harry Potter meets Throne of Glass. So like they are in different houses. There's 4 different houses: House Ignis, House Air, House Terra, and House Aqua. So it goes based off of the celestial elements, and there's an heir for each one. Now we are introduced to a lot of them. We kind of like some of them, but overall the bad guy in this book is very much compared to Voldemort, and I agree with that. It is so, he's just like, sometimes I just want to slap him across the face, or wish that the main characters would just, you know, take him out already, but you know, it happens. So I don't know, Zodiac Academy is just like, it's very near and dear to my heart. Like I said, I have only read the first 4 books. I still have half the series to get to. Book 8 doesn't come out until December, so I'm trying to like take my time with the series. So that's what I don't know. I don't want to like rush through it, and because I only have 10 days left in this month, I don't want to rush through book 5. I kind of want to take my time with it. So I don't know if I want to wait until July to read it, or if I just want to just get it out of the way. So we'll like, overall it'll be an interesting time to figure out what I want to do with myself, but it'll be good nonetheless. But I can't wait. I cannot wait to get to book 5, 6, and 7 and find out what happens. I know that there's some craziness that just happened in book 4, and I know that's going to translate into book 5 and later in book 6, and it's just going to be a time. And Suzanne Valenti and Caroline Peckham have done a phenomenal job with this series, and I just can't wait to be with the rest of my people and be caught up with the series. So that is all I have for this video. There was, like I said, 10 books that TikTok or Book Talk or Instagram, whatever you want to call it, made me read. If you have read any of these books, please let me know what you thought about them in the comments below. If you have any book recommendations or video suggestions I should be doing, please leave those in the comments below as well. And if you're interested, I do have my social media links in the description below. I mainly use Goodreads and Instagram, so they are there for you. My Instagram is, I post there pretty regularly compared to YouTube. I know I post 3 videos a week, but I post pretty much every other day at Instagram. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.